Hey folks, it's Rob from Rob's Movie Collection, and I'm continuing the series of movie for every year of my life. I've done 2 so far, starting with 1965 with The Great Race, and follow that up months later with 1966 and 1 Million Years BC, starring Raquel Welch. So for 1967, third year of my life, I've got a movie called The Reluctant Astronaut. Actually, you can't see it here. This is a 4-movie set here. But actually, here it is right here. The Reluctant Astronaut. It's that one right there. The Reluctant Astronaut from 1967 stars, of course, the great Don Knotts. Don Knotts, who we know from The Andy Griffith Show, where he played Barney Fife. In this movie, he plays Roy Fleming. It's a story about this guy from this little town, and he's a carnival ride operator who is hired as a janitor at the spacecraft center in Houston. This is 1967, so the space race was still a big thing back then, and we were competing with the Russians and all that. He's kind of of course he's Don Knotts, so he's kind of a squirrely, nebbish kind of guy. And his father puts in this application for him at the Space Center, and it gets accepted. And of course, he thinks that his son got accepted to be an astronaut. Hilarity ensues because, of course, it turns out that he wasn't. But anyway, heads off to Houston and becomes a janitor. But eventually, of course, he does end up in space. Spoiler alert. But to make matters worse, naturally he is afraid of heights. Well, yes, of course he's afraid of heights because he's Don Knotts, and he has to go really, really high, and of course he has to be afraid of heights because he has to go into space. So anyway, it co-stars Arthur O'Connell as his father, Buck Fleming. Arthur O'Connell is this great character actor. He was around for a long time. He was also in The Great Race and Operation Petticoat, and I'm sure if you've watched older movies, you've probably seen him a lot. He was a great actor and always did a great job, and definitely good in this movie as Roy's father, who just does not listen and just wants his son to achieve and kind of live through his son's fame. Co-starring Joan Freeman as his girlfriend Ellie Jackson, the girl that, of course, he pines after, as only Don Knotts can. And co-starring also Leslie Nielsen as Major Fred Gifford. A great name. This is Leslie Nielsen way before Naked Gun and way before he began his new career as a comic actor in Airplane. This was still Leslie Nielsen when he was a leading man. This is the Leslie Nielsen that came from Forbidden Planet, and the stud guy, the good-looking, handsome guy. And of course, he plays a good-looking, handsome astronaut in this movie. And also co-starring Jesse White as his boss, his janitorial boss. Jesse White is also a character actor who's been in, so many movies. He was in Harvey with James Stewart, and some of you older movie fans out there and TV fans might remember him as the Maytag man, the old Maytag commercials. So Jesse White's always great to see him in these movies. Interesting thing, the Kittyland sequences at the beginning, they show Don Knotts, and he runs this little kiddie ride where he pretends to be a space man, an astronaut, not a spaceman, and takes the kids up into space, of course. And that little sequence there was filmed at the Universal Courthouse Square, the back lot where they filmed To Kill a Mockingbird and Back to the Future. So it's got a lot of history there, where they filmed a lot of stuff there. Reluctant Astronaut was, I again been watching this movie since I was a little kid, and on guess what channel? Yes, of course, you all know. Let's say it together. Yes, on Channel 5. That can actually become a great drinking game. Every time Rob says Channel 5, take a shot. But maybe you'll enjoy the videos more that way. I don't know. But yeah, I used to watch it a lot. I used to watch these Don Knotts movies. They're very wholesome movies, very family film, very family oriented. not long on plot. It's usually a very simple plot, and then followed with a lot of little sight gags and stuff, because that's what he did. He left the Andy Griffith Show to make these movies, and he's got a lot of these. On this DVD alone, this set, you got the Ghost and Mr. Chicken, the Shakiest Gun in the West, which I believe was a remake of The Paleface, The Love God, and of course in the 70s he made others like The Apple Dumpling Gang, so always good to see Don Knotts. I always enjoyed him a lot on the Andy Griffith Show. Enjoyed him later on Three's Company. He was a very funny actor. He's one of those actors just physically, you just look at him, he's just hilarious, and he always knew what to do with that. And he does it in these films, and especially in this film, The Reluctant Astronaut. So I always enjoyed watching it. So anyway, that's my movie for the third year of my life, 1967. And if you haven't seen it, it's a fun little movie to watch, and it doesn't take a long time to watch. Yeah, check it out, The Reluctant Astronaut with Don Knotts. Okay, so I will see you guys next time, hopefully for the fourth year of my life, 1968. All right, so till next time, keep watching those movies. All right, bye.